Hi, Pastor Linda here. I hope you are well. Just wanted to encourage you this week. I was thinking about how the Lord has been walking with me through this season. I gotta tell you that your experiences in the past really shape how you respond to the crises and circumstances that you are going through. And one way I can attest to this is that just last week we received news that Eric would be furloughed from work. His workplace was going through some major changes, and through the pandemic they had to reorganize and restructure. So he's on a furlough right now, which means that he has his benefits but doesn't get paid, which is great in its own way. But I was thinking about how Eric and I responded to that news. Some of you may be going, oh no, but really we're doing fine, we're doing okay. And I think part of that has to do with our experience of these seasons of unemployment. Since 2013, when we first experienced what unemployment was like for Eric, it was the first time I think he was at his workplace for 16 years or 17 years, and they went through a bankruptcy, so they had to lay off a bunch of employees. And it was our first time ever experiencing the uncertainty of not having enough income and the uncertainty of possible financial troubles. And I remember back in 2013, we were really worried, we were really struggling, we were very anxious. But the Lord was faithful, and every step of the way, it was a reassurance that He was taking care of us. I mean, strange things like the bank giving us money because they said that they overcharged us for something, and it was exactly enough money to make our mortgage payment that month. And so things like that happened during that unemployment, where we can say, wow, the Lord really had His hand on the situation. And with this time, I mean, we went through maybe 4 or 5 cycles of unemployment since then. But with this time, it was funny in a weird way, but basically like 2 weeks prior to getting notice of the furlough, one of our family members gave us a lump sum and said, hey, we wanted to give this to you. You can invest it however way you want. We thought we'd give it to you. And we thought, oh, wow, well, thanks. We don't really need it, but okay, thank you. And then for 2 weeks later, for Eric to get furloughed, we were saying, oh, you know what? The Lord was already providing for us before we even knew we would need it. So we take great comfort in knowing that every step of the way, we can trust in God's provision for us. We can trust in the Lord's goodness for us. So I share that with you because I know that in this season, there are some of you who are going through unemployment for the first time ever through this pandemic, and it can be a real struggle. It can be just anxiety-ridden. It can cause a lot of discomfort and just questioning of where is God in this situation. I just want to encourage you with our story, because when we share about the goodness of the Lord, it gives testimony to who He is and His character and what He is capable of doing in our lives. So the passage that I have for you today comes from 2 Corinthians 1, and it reads, "Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God." That verse speaks volumes about who God is and who we are to be as Christ followers, that we are to receive the comfort from the Lord and yet be comfort givers to others as well. So my challenge for you this week is, how has the Lord been comforting you? Whether it be through a financial hardship, whether it be through a health crisis, or through just an emotional downturn, how has the Lord's presence and goodness manifested and given you words to give testimony? We are called to testify and comfort others by sharing our stories. So my challenge for you is, if you can, I'd like you to record yourself in a short 1 minute, 2 minute testimony. You should record so that the camera is long way horizontal. That's called landscape mode, and that makes for easier editing on our part. But I'd love for you to send me a video of your story and your testimony of how the Lord has been comforting you and how you think that story would be comforting to somebody else who's going through a similar situation, and how you've gone through that crisis moment. It doesn't have to be completely elaborate or personal. You can, but I encourage you to just share and testify of the Lord's goodness in your life. Please email me. You can put it on an attachment or email it to youth@venice.church.org. I'd love to compile a video of your testimony of the Lord's comfort in your lives. And I think that your words will be a comfort to somebody in our church family or somebody on the internet who watches off of YouTube. So, once again, make your videos. If you don't feel comfortable making a video, write up a testimony and I'm happy to read it or post it on the video as a text. If you don't know how to record yourself or don't have the technology, email me and let me know. I would love to set up a time where we can socially distance and I can record you. We just want to use your stories to encourage one another. Okay, so I hope to see great videos from you guys this week. I would love to be encouraged by your words and your testimony of the goodness of the Lord in your lives. Have a blessed week. Looking forward to seeing you. Please join us on site as we live stream the worship service and into the Ark Yard. We love seeing your beautiful faces there as well. Have a blessed week.